The Galaxy S25 FE is shaping up to be another solid entry in Samsung's Fan Edition lineup, but if you're hoping for something exciting in the zoom camera department, prepare to be underwhelmed. Let's break down why. So here's the deal. The Galaxy S25 FE will continue Samsung's tradition of reusing the same 8-megapixel telephoto lens capable of 3x optical zoom that we've seen in previous Fan Edition models. That means no new telephoto innovations and no major camera hardware leaps, just more of the same. According to reliable sources over at Galaxy Club, Samsung isn't making any changes to the zoom setup on the S25 FE. And honestly, that might disappoint some fans who were hoping to see meaningful upgrades, especially in an era when smartphone photography keeps pushing the boundaries. Now, don't get us wrong. Having a zoom camera is still better than not having one at all. The Galaxy S25 Edge, for example, won't even include a zoom lens. So in comparison, the S25 FE still gives users more versatility with that 3x optical zoom, even if it's the same 8-megapixel sensor we've already seen several times before. But let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, it's the same camera, but is it really that bad? Actually, no. While non-FE Galaxy S series phones come with a slightly better 10-megapixel 3x telephoto lens, the real-world difference in image quality isn't that massive. Most users probably won't notice a huge gap between the 8-megapixel zoom shots from the Fan Edition series and the 10-megapixel shots from the flagship Galaxy S models. So while the lack of innovation is definitely a letdown for tech enthusiasts, casual users may still find it perfectly adequate. That said, the one noticeable camera upgrade coming to the Galaxy S25 FE will be on the front. Samsung is reportedly boosting the selfie camera from 10 megapixel to 12 megapixel. That's a modest but welcome change, especially for fans of social media and video calls. However, there's a bit of a question mark here. We don't yet know whether this 12-megapixel front-facing camera is the same one found on Samsung's non-FE Galaxy S phones since 2023, or if it's something new altogether. Either way, it's a step forward compared to the Galaxy S23 FE and even the upcoming Galaxy S24 FE, both of which stick with the older 10-megapixel front shooter. Looking at the rest of the camera setup, it seems Samsung is sticking to a familiar formula. Alongside the 8-megapixel telephoto and the upgraded selfie camera, the Galaxy S25 FE will also feature a 50-megapixel main sensor and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera. This is pretty much the same configuration found on previous FE models, and while it's nothing groundbreaking, it does offer a reliable and balanced photography experience. Now, you might be wondering, what about performance? Well, unfortunately, Samsung isn't shaking things up much there either. The Galaxy S25 FE will be powered by the same Exynos 2400E chip that's expected to be used in the Galaxy S24 FE. So, if you were hoping for a next-gen processor or even a Snapdragon option for improved performance, you'll have to keep waiting. Samsung appears to be reserving that kind of upgrade for future releases. So, what's the big takeaway here? In short, the Galaxy S25 FE offers a very familiar experience. It keeps the same 8-megapixel 3x zoom camera we've seen before, adds a slightly better 12-megapixel selfie cam, retains the trusted 50-megapixel main and 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensors, and reuses the same chipset from the last generation. Is it boring? For some, yes. But is it bad? Not really. The Galaxy S25 FE is still a practical phone with solid features at what's likely to be a more affordable price than Samsung's mainline S25 models. And let's not forget, it still includes a telephoto lens, unlike the upcoming Galaxy S25 Edge. So for fans who value optical zoom at a reasonable price point, the S25 FE remains a compelling option. Ultimately, Samsung seems to be playing it safe here. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel with the Fan Edition, just deliver a dependable experience that covers the basics and throws in a few minor improvements. So if you're someone who needs a reliable smartphone with a complete camera setup, zoom included, but you don't need the absolute latest and greatest features, the Galaxy S25 FE might be just what you're looking for. But if you were holding out hope for a major leap in zoom photography, this phone might not be the one to get excited about. Still, it's always better to have a zoom camera than none at all, And in that regard, the S25 FE wins some points. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on the latest in mobile tech.